Hello, hello. EmilyNichols reporting live from the office space inside her mother's home. Uh, Proud to be here with you today and excited to share. I'm sorry, I can't even take myself seriously. Never had a proper broadcast training. No, but this is the video portion of my final paper, as I explained there in my introduction. Basically, just wanted to be able to best communicate some of my reflections on the class, and I figured that using the spoken word instead of the typed word was the best way to do that. So let's get right to it. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was why this class freaked my mom out. Uh, she has known me since birth. I know it's hard to believe, but I have always been very by the book. I hardly ever questioned anything, and I just wanted to do exactly what I needed to get an A plus, to get a good grade, to get hired at a job, and to do what seemed normal and right. And this class absolutely blew that all up. Now I am thinking way differently than ever before. I'm wondering how I can be an entrepreneur, how I can roam around the world and write and eat food and make money by doing it. And this class has inspired me beyond all else to take what I know and follow my passion and be creative and somehow make money out of that. And it is just really knocking my mom off her rocker, and I think that's good for her. Notable mention about my mother is the fact that she has mentioned nearly 100 times, "Oh, Tim! Oh, that is the professor. He was awesome. He was at that Cronkite dinner." Like, yeah, Mom, you said that like 100 times, but yes, and he is awesome, just like he was at that dinner. And no, she's very happy. She's happy I'm in this class. She's the one responsible for waking me up on Friday mornings to make sure I get to your class. I do wake up very excited to attend, but with her help, I can achieve all things. Uh, Beyond that, why I am upset with my classmates is this class is structured unlike any other we've had at Cronkite, and I can see that freaking out some people, including myself, but I think I'm better at hiding it. Uh, it's just different to have less rules, less rubrics. The syllabus lays out what's expected, but the way to approach it is we have more creative freedom, and I think that makes us nervous. So I'm mad at my classmates because really I'm mad at myself for questioning the ability to think differently and do something outside of the box, which is why I commend this class tremendously, because it forces you to do that. And even when kids raise their hand and ask, like, well, how should the paper look? And you said, you were very calm and collected about it. Meanwhile, inside I was hurting deeply. But that's why I'm mad at my classmates. But why I'm happy with my classmates and why I'm very blessed is because I feel that I was placed inside the best state press group. We've been working together fantastically. When we get together, it's just like a consistent, excited brainstorm session, and we almost have to reel ourselves back in and think about, okay, well, how can we do this logically? What are the ways we're going to actually pull this together? And it's been really, really fun to work with people on a project with few guidelines and big ideas. So that is definitely the highlight of the group project. The low light, if that's even a thing besides something you do to your hair, is that it's not that there wasn't enough time and we took the time that we had, but what I'm noticing about my group is each time we brainstorm, we think further and more and we push. And I almost feel like we need unlimited time to come up with the biggest ideas we can. So I don't think there's a way to adjust that for the class. It's just something I noticed is more time would have been more incredible. But I could tell that all of us really absorbed the class lectures, and I think that the lack of expectation about taking notes kind of helps absorb the class in what we're talking about more. And I could feel that in this class more than ever before, that we had paid attention and it was easy for us to grab something from what you had taught and apply it to our project. So keeping lectures how they are is great. Your teaching style is, I could go on and on about how I laugh inside and outside throughout pretty much the whole lecture, but it's really stuck in this class in particular, so that's been great. one particular lecture I did not like, and that was when John came in and spoke. And it's not because John was there, it's because it challenged me, and it was hard, and I don't like looking at numbers on a piece of paper, and I know it's something I have to address. But that lecture in particular, where we had to look at the reports and understand what was going on within a business money-wise, it just, I don't like that, but I love that you made us do that. That was by far one of the best exercises we've done. I think that throughout the semester we got a lot of exercise that we didn't initially anticipate, which is very special. Teamwork is a big part of that, but just in general challenges that you made us face, especially with numbers and also just thinking about things differently than normal. So those were some of the highlights of the class, but also what I disliked the most was learning about the actual structure of a business model. It kind of felt like a big weight on my shoulders, like, oh my gosh, how could I ever do this for myself, for another business? I don't get it. Where's money going to come from? And where money's going to come from, speaking of that, that is the one thing that throughout this state press project, my group, we come up with these big ideas and we get so excited. And then we sit back and think, but how's that going to make us money? And I think with more practice, it will come more naturally and we won't have to separate a good idea from a money-making idea. But that's definitely how it looked throughout this class. And then another thing that this class really taught me, and Creativity Inc. specifically, the book that I read, as well as the lectures in general, is that nostalgia is not going to lead us to a better future. That is by far one of my favorite quotes. And I should have paid more attention back in early journalism so I could learn how to cite properly. I don't remember who said that, and I probably should know, so I could credit them. It could have been you, it could have been someone that you quoted, but nostalgia, clinging on to the past, is not what's going to bring us into the future, and I needed that lesson, and I need to take that and build upon it for my future, because I definitely have the temptation to use the same everything that's gotten me to where I am now and think that's going to carry me into the future. Well, it's not. So I really appreciate those lessons about the need to just dump your shit, move on, stop sticking to the past, and think of what's new. That's a big theme for me, and I even found myself doing that amongst my group. Is I wanted to take what existed and what worked, especially BuzzFeed. I love looking at them and studying what's working for them, and I want to apply it to my own thing. But what I learned from this class is you need to use that as a foundation, yes, but build from there. So that's something that I know will come in the future, but at the conclusion of this class, I would say I'm at, a level 1 out of 10 on understanding how that all works. And the last thing in this class that I would say is each week is so different. What we talk about is so different each week, but the theme, I don't know how, and it could just be me, but it almost like answered my prayers. It was everything I needed to know from the last week that I got left and confused on, got answered the next week. But it wasn't always necessarily just in the lectures. It was in the need to know. It was in the readings. And I don't know how you do that, but the way that the class is structured, the way that you adjust it so that it matches the news and what's going on, I wouldn't trade that for the world. It made sense. It made the class so much easier to absorb and understand than a very systemized one. So I thank you for that. Thanks for everything this semester. Thanks for all the laughter. Thanks for taking care of me when I was coughing up a lung in the hallway. I'll never forget that. And hopefully this video was more entertaining than a paper. And I never was good at signing out a video, so I'll just end it with that and awkwardly click the end button. Bye.